Let the gods, the darks from my generation, I'll take the come on, let's get it on. Forget the loss, the money, we're in this together and through it all. They said that nothing's forever and they refuse to see the change in me. Why won't they wake up?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to PWF is War, which tonight we'll be talking about what happened from last night, the fallout from War, and maybe we'll have some time to talk some rumours as well. And also we have a new thing, we have a new intro, so when you watch it, for the people who hasn't watched it now live, we'll see the new intro, so keep that in mind, and we might there's more updates coming, but we will talk about that near the end of the show. So first off, I'm Adam, the host, of course. We got my PWF team, of course. They're always here. They're always here for the fans. We got Mr. Billy Gunn in the house. What's going on, Billy? What's going on?
I'm actually Luke Gallows today, so.
Oh yeah, Gallows. Oh, okay.
Billy Gunn, he's taking a break. He's gonna be training right now, so.
Billy Gunn,
I'm
man.
sorry, he just,
I prefer Billy Gunn. Come on, man. You can't betray Billy Gunn for this. Luke Gallows?
Yeah, Luke Gallows. I'm part of the Bullet
But if
Club.
you're Luke Gallows, you're supposed to be in Japan. Why are you in the States?
Because I don't have a show today. I don't have a show.
Doing a tour of the States.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. Luke or Doc Gallows or whatever.
Yeah.
But okay. We go now to Mr. Paul. Was it Paul Arabian Wolf? Yeah. Say something stupid, Paul.
I don't even need to say anything stupid today. I'll let this show speak for itself. Come on now, you know me better than that. I'll eventually mess with later on in the show. So let's just.
Yeah, he's gonna. Yeah. You know, we're gonna make some mistakes, and he's gonna Paul's gonna do something.
No,
he's gonna botch Mania.
Yeah.
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 This show, anything can happen anyway live. So.
Anything can happen.
Yep, that's the best thing. Watching it live.
Kidnap him in his own house right now. No, you'll never know. It could be Billy Gunn.
You never know.
But
anybody, anyway.
Let's get the show going, guys.
Yeah, let's get the show started, Of course, first you have to like us on Facebook at Broadcast Wrestling Fallout, and of course, follow us on Twitter at PWF is War. And if you haven't already, subscribe. Spread the word. Tell friends and pro wrestling fans, check us out, see what they think of it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And we start off with Raw now. So, yeah. Unless you want to do your plugins now, actually. So if you want to go with Billy, you want to have your plug, your Twitter.
Alright, just like me, follow me on Twitter at Brooklyn. So and then you can like my Facebook page at Wrestling World.
Yeah, and you, Paul? Paul?
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah. We just do
I
it
told you
quickly.
it would eventually come, but of course you could follow me on Twitter at _Arabian Wolf or add me on Facebook at Paul Gazer. Always happy to talk to the fans. So do it up. I'll be here.
Yep, and we will post we'll post the links in the description after the video, so you can see it for yourself. So so we should get the show started with the Raw review. It started off with Triple H, CEO of WWE, coming out with his wife Stephanie McMahon. They cut a promo, and pretty much they got boos. They had some little. I think we heard some little CM Punk chants, and maybe it was just me. I did hear some little CM Punk chants at one stage, and pretty much it's the same old I was talking about for months. It kind of made me. It was dull to me. It was a bit dull and a little bit boring for me because I heard it the same old Daniel Bryan. is a B player. He's not A plus player because now he's injured. That means he's a B plus player. But must be Triple H forgotten memory. He's been injured a few times in the years. But, pretty much that was. That was it. It was just talking down about Daniel Bryan, and they bet him to come later on the show to, they wanted to forfeit the title, and it's up to him. So later on we'll see what the Daniel Bryan decision will be. But that's pretty much it. And then you had, then they would talk about Brad Maddox. What happened last week, late in the Shield, be on commentary after I think a beatdown he had in the locker room or something. He had that. They called out Brad Maddox, pretty much talked him down, and then then Kane came out, and then Triple H kind of hit him in the face or in the chest, it looked like, and then Kane just came to the ring and then basically got Brad Maddox from in the floor, and then just slammed into hell, pretty much. Pretty nice. And then, after that, Stephanie said, "Oh, I forgot to say, you're fired. You're fired. You're not War Gym anymore. Hit the bricks. Go back to beefy cake or whatever he was doing." And that was pretty much it. I mean, it wasn't, when they said he was fired, I didn't care because he wasn't been on Raw for months. Yeah, it was pointless to me. I didn't, waste of time. But it was okay. I mean, the best bit was Kane coming out. He saved the day. He chokeslammed. That was the best bit of the opener. That was it really. But we go with Billy Gunn now. You say, wasn't it?
I thought it was a very opener. I knew Brad Maddox was going to get fired. It was coming for him. That news was a month, so it's kind of obvious.
Yeah, pretty. Well, when they called Brad Maddox to the ring, he looked pretty scared and pretty. You knew they got to fire him because he was a face anyway. I think he turned face. In my opinion, he turned face when he let the Shield be on commentary. That was it, really. To be honest with you, but he was wearing those tight shirt. I don't know. It's kind of funny there, but we go now with Paul Jazer. So your thoughts on it?
I'm gonna agree with you and Billy for the most part. The opening show was a very cliche opening to say the least. The Authority opening the show, cutting the promo, making all the B+ player references about Daniel Bryan, and they went from saying he was a B+ player. Now they're saying he has the heart, but his body can't handle it. Either way, they're demoralizing him down. Yeah, they're demoralizing him as a talent. They're belittling him, and he's still gonna come out on top no matter what. That's what makes this feud so great. It's kind of similar to the Austin and Vince thing, just so completely different. So I'm sure people won't understand that reference, but overall, I thought it was alright. I wasn't expecting Brad Maddox to get called down to the ring, and you saw the look on his face when he got called down. He was a little nervous, and Stephanie, I believe she said, I'm sorry for what I have to do, and you hear Kane's music hit and the flames shoot up. He makes his way down to the ring, and lo and behold, I think Brad went to turn around. Triple H socked him right in the bell, so gave him a nice one right there. Kane goes in there, grabs him, and choke slams him, and Kane's music plays. Steph tells him to shut it off. He says, "Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, you're fired." Now, most people would say, it wasn't that big of a deal because Brad Maddox hasn't been on TV. That I agree with. But as far as the future goes, at Payback, I see the Shield they're going to try to screw the Shield, and I think Brad Maddox might have some type of angle in that match or storyline at Payback from the way he was fired, the way Triple H hit him and they fired him. Yeah. I could definitely see him playing a part in that match or the show in general.
Or
it wouldn't surprise me. No.
Yeah.
I mean that's a good point.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, I'd honestly put it out there and say, in my opinion, that we would take a 70% chance he'll have some influence in that match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it will cost Evolution. They're bound to win, and then he just interferes or something.
I could see
Maybe,
something like,
I don't know.
Evolution cheats and they're about to finish off the Shield, and maybe Brad Maddox just runs out there and sacrifices himself, killing just enough time for the Shield to rebuttal and regroup and finish off Evolution. I honestly
Yeah.
think that would be pretty cool, and it would keep the feud going. Who knows if they're going to
It
bring a
would.
new guy when Batista leaves? There's so many different factors going into
Or,
it, right?
or they bring in Vince McMahon somehow. I don't know.
Vince
Yeah,
McMahon.
good.
They should
I don't know
bring
if they, a lot of people don't believe it, but he has a huge
Yeah.
influence. Like, he still sits gorilla position every night and relays information to the commentators and stuff. He's just as big part of the business as he ever was,
Yeah.
not more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say, Brad Maddox could come with a steel chair, trying to scare Evolution.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll come
Something
out,
like that could happen. That payback. Something.
he might wear Batista's skinny
Could
jeans.
do.
You share the same back. How does this different things off, man?
And
What
the
do you-
sunglasses, maybe.
Flyers, like, geez,
So,
that's irrelevant. What do you guys think?
What of the of what?
Do you think there's a chance Brad Maddox will play a part in that match?
Well, payback, yeah, definitely. I think he could. I mean, it won't be a surprise. It would make sense if he does interfere in the match. Cost Evolution, to lose. As you said, they're about to, finish the Shield off, maybe, and then Brad Maddox come from the crowd, maybe perhaps, and just
Maybe.
I don't know. It just pretends he's a fan, and then he just comes over the barricade, and then he just starts attacking them. But then they try to attack him, and then they attack Brad Maddox, and then the Shield. They turn around, and then the Shield are there, and they just Roman Reigns spears one of them.
That,
Come on.
brings up another
Could happen.
thing. All right, the title of our show being Brad Maddox fired as Raw GM. Who's going to be the new GM?
That's the question. We were talking. Yeah, we can talk about who could be. After the review, we see who would you choose to be the replacement for Brad Maddox. So,
We'll talk about it afterwards. Continue.
Yeah. So let's move on now to the first match of the night. It was Cesaro with Paul Heyman, of course, against Rob Van. He had he gets a pop. Gets always a big pop usually. He had Bad News Barrett, the Intercontinental Champion, and commentary, which was nice. I think he said at one stage at commentary, he says, summer is... Oh, no, is it before? Maybe it was before he was in commentary. He says, summer is the time everyone will dig out their old swimsuits, only to find out their stomachs are hanging over the waistband. That was before commentary. It was when he was coming down to the ring.
yeah.
That was quite funny. I think that was to Bo Dallas, maybe, because his stomach is very flubby.
It was funny. That is what in the wrestling business is what you call a cheap pop. When you take a direct shot at the fans like that or make fun of the hometown sports team, that's what you call a cheap heat or a cheap heel pop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
it's a heel too.
It's BNB. It's DDP, RVD reference mixed into one. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, that's what I thought. Is he trying to be like steal from DDP? With he's saying. I was like, huh?
My question was, did
DDP?
he do that on purpose or not?
No, maybe he just didn't realize.
The BNB thing was obviously on purpose to make fun of RVD, but
Yeah, I think he just didn't think of it. He just said it, maybe like that, and then he just thought.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think he really took a shot at DDP.
No.
I mean, he's a lovable guy, so nobody dislikes DDP. But so yeah, the match, was, he was for what it was. The match was not too bad. It wasn't awesome or great, but I think maybe the time, they didn't have much time. I think they could have a better match. I know they can, because already, for his age, he can still go in the ring. He still can perform. He can still have, a 4-star, 5-star match.
Yeah.
I mean, he can still wrestle. I don't care how old he is. Yeah, I don't mind him being the main roster. I mean, maybe some people do, but some fans do. But I'm fine with it, you know. And yeah, I mean, in the end, Cesaro did win. You know, once again he used the German suplex. I mean, maybe it's like his second finisher now. I know he used it like before, but it was like a signature move. It wasn't a finisher.
Yeah, the breaking German suplex, pinning like upper mid carders like RVD, in my opinion, is even though it is Cesaro, it's still it's not enough to finish someone.
I wasn't. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't look like a finisher to me. It's more like a signature. I mean, it's not really devastating. And it's
Yeah, that's not taking anything away from Cesaro either.
No.
That's just not, a finisher caliber move.
It's not. It's not really, and I hope he doesn't. I mean, I don't mind using it in his moveset, but not as a finisher. No.
Maybe if he did like a set of 3 and then breaks down the last one, maybe that could be used as like a signature. That'd be cool. But like I would understand if maybe the ref wasn't looking. Barrett hits RVD with the bullhammer, and then he just hits him with the German and pins him. That would tell a great story right there. But
That would have been better.
Yeah, I thought that would have worked perfect, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there was distraction. Paul Heyman was on the apron again for the second time, and then he did do the German suplex for the pin. So, I mean, one hand you could say RVD, wasn't really a clean win for Cesaro, so he didn't hurt RVD that much. You would say, I know he's going to versus Wade Barrett at Payback, for the IC title. So yeah, it's not looking great to lose when you need some momentum, but maybe I don't know. Maybe he's going to have a match SmackDown. Maybe it'll be a rematch. Wouldn't surprise me, but yeah. Yeah.
At this point in his career, he's just sticking around. He's an enhancement talent. He has credibility. He has a great resume. Everyone knows who he is. He goes out there and he makes other talent look better than they really are. He puts these guys over and gives the future an upper hand. And, that's how the fans really do get behind wrestlers, by getting put over by another credible wrestler. But, the fans can't, you still got it. He never lost it. So, in my opinion, the guy could still go. He could go out there with the best of them and still make himself look great and them look even better. So, I'm all for him doing this. He's a great wrestler. He deserves to be there. And, he doesn't get to smoke his Shiba as much, but that's okay. He's still doing.
I think he's better.
He's doing one thing that he loves. But overall, I thought it was a good match. I would like to see it go longer. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's a fine match. Yeah, it was good. Like you said, it would have been, the time schedule wasn't long enough. So hopefully, I don't know if it's like a rematch in SmackDown. I don't mind seeing another match. It's. I mean, how RVD moves in the ring as well. It's not like, I don't know, he's 46 years old, something like that. I mean, he moves like he's 30 years old. I mean, how he moves. I mean, how he looks. He doesn't look at his age. I mean, people at his age could not do what he does. So, I think it's amazing, and I respect him for doing what he does. What he does. I mean,
it's because the workout he does. He still does the workout, same workout he's been doing for years.
Does
the yoga, DD.
Yeah, he does stretches.
Maybe DD
too.
I remember when he would put 2 chairs about 4 feet apart from each other and do the split. I'm like, how does this guy even do that?
Yeah, he still does that too.
I think he still does it.
Yeah, he does.
But yes. Overall, that's my say. Now we go to Billy. Now, if you want to have your thoughts on it.
Yeah, it was a decent match for its time. Basically, no one contended for US title and no one contended for the Intercontinental title going at it pretty much.
Yeah.
That's all it was. But it was a decent match for its time.
Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it, I guess. I did enjoy it. So now we go with back to Paul. So Paul, you want to...
I think I've had enough put on this match. It was what it was.
Yeah, you said a lot already. So.
Yeah, they did it. They put on a good show for the time slot they were afforded. Victims of time constraints. What can you do? And it's kind of weird because a match like that, where it's going to be a great quality match, and it's pretty much the opener for your show. Why not give these guys at least a 12-minute slot and let them run with it instead of knocking them down to 6-7 minutes? Because the booking for the rest of the show wasn't that great. So
No.
I'm sure they could have cut something else and they gave 1 or 2 matches, you know, that affordable time slot and let them go out there and, you know, do their thing. But, you know, that wasn't the case. But it was what it was, and I enjoyed it. I thought they could have got it longer, but, you know, we'll see that
So
after that.
it's, I mean, I would have, to be honest with you, I would prefer that in the main event than the one it had itself. Why not? Could have been even a better match than the main event.
With
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan being off
But it
TV,
did, yeah.
I think the Shield and Evolution contract signing should have went on last. I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot to add to that. After the match, randomly Sheamus came down to the ring and just bros kick Cesaro just like that. I was like, okay, what's up? So Sheamus, I thought you do be a star.
That's his handshake.
It's a bit Sheamus, don't be a bully, be a star, man.
Wait, Sheamus being like wrapped up heavily in this feud with Cesaro that just you know, really started picking up lately. You know, speculation of him being the next new member of Evolution is pretty much watered down the drain as of now.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
I thought it was
happening.
a horrible
It's not
idea in
happening.
the first place. I'm looking at more like a guy like Ziggler.
Yeah, I mean, Sheamus. I disagree with some fans. I don't really want Sheamus. Yes, I would like to see Sheamus turn heel, but not to join Evolution. It doesn't need to join Evolution. It wouldn't make any sense. And,
He's already got the gold around his waist.
Yeah.
exactly.
People were saying Cody Rhodes to join Evolution.
And they're carrying him as a strong champion.
Mm. Yeah. There doesn't seem any tease of him turning heel anyway. So
Cody Rhodes joined Evolution. Why would that would even happen?
Unless he just turned brother, he could. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Cody actually Evolution. Actually,
But that's
join
not
his
happened
career.
for a while. They turned his brother. So.
Yeah. The one I would like to see is Damon Sandow.
Damon Sandow or maybe
Cody or Dolph Ziggler, as Paul said.
Yeah.
Like that. Or Drew McIntyre out of the bag.
Yeah.
That won't happen. But
Him getting buried by El Torito.
yeah, pretty much. But yeah, let's move on. Oh yeah, let's continue. Let's move on to second match, which I really don't want to say their names. My name especially.
The lemon.
Oh, I don't want to be a lemon.
Nobody
I
wants
want to be a lemon.
Is it the El Trio match? El Torito match?
No. It's worse than that. It's worse. It's a Divas match.
Was it Nikki and Eva? As a tag
Close.
team?
No, it's a singles match.
Singles
I
match.
think we flip that and tell us what it was.
Alright, then hold your brakes, brother.
Gee, we're going down a dead end road here.
Alright, well, I gave you a clue. You said it was even. I said, yeah, but who was it against?
Eva Marie versus Summer Rae.
See, I don't
Yeah,
remember
Samurai.
anything about Raw until you say the match. Then it
It was Eva Marie versus Summer
Yeah,
Rae.
it's Samurai, even Marie Samurai. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's not really much to say about it.
But she
Really,
hit her with-
much
she
about
hit
the
her-
match.
Yeah, she hit her with a schoolboy, right? Is that how she won?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it was a distraction.
I heard the
of,
schoolboy was very bad.
Yeah.
No, it was
It was,
alright.
But I was saying,
She followed through and she sold it.
yeah. I
It
was
wasn't bad.
It
I mean, I
went
was-
floppy, but it would have been a little bit better than the majority of her work.
That's what she gets for not training for a whole year almost.
But that's WWE's fault.
Yeah.
Not really.
I mean, I was
she
gonna.
don't go to the
At a
training
job,
center.
the boss tells you to do something. You can't say, no, I'm not doing that. No. They brought her in, they put her on Total Divas, they trained her in NXT for a month, and boom, what happened? They put her right out on the road, fucking with the main roster.
Yeah.
Who in the ring? I know I wouldn't be able to keep up.
I would tell them. To be honest, I would say to them, I would want to train. Then you put me in front of millions of fans watching. And I was like,
I'd say,
I
hey,
wanna-
is there like a selected period of time you could take out of my schedule specifically for me to focus on training? I want to improve. I want to
yeah.
get
He's
my
not
name out
doing
there.
it.
I don't want to be going out there and performing less than I should be. You know, she's not executing, and that's a bad thing because she could tarnish her name. No matter how good she gets, she's tarnishing herself right
Yeah,
now.
but that's not really good info at all.
Well, some of it is.
If you got free time to train, then do it. Do it up.
Yeah, but they
Oh, that's
They could have just sent her to, was it
Yeah, but
Form Center or NXT where JoJo is.
Yeah, but they don't tell the wrestlers. They don't tell the wrestlers to train. That's their thing to do.
I think Eva's just gonna end up being a pretty face, a valet.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
they'll
what I
do
think too.
her as a manager.
Well, she can't be a ref.
Total Divas for a reason they put her into NXT because they
Yeah.
thought she has that potential.
I
And I
think.
must admit, I've seen her work in NXT on the side from training on YouTube, and you know, she's pretty smooth in the ring. I'm not gonna lie.
I think once
It's okay.
I don't want. I
not
think
too
once
bad.
Paul Davies is over, Eva Marie's gonna be
She's been working
fought.
with Sasha Banks too, so that's an
Oh,
asset.
yeah, Sasha Banks. Yeah, that's good.
Best diva in NXT right now,
Yeah.
in my
Yeah.
opinion.
And then,
I don't want to be biased. That's why I like to say in my opinion.
then they got the best.
Yeah,
trainer.
we know you have their hots for them.
Then they got the best trainer, Sarah Del Rey. Oh,
She's
good.
so nasty. Why
Yo,
don't they
I don't know why. I want them to use her, yo. Whoa. Her versus Paige would be a. Oh my god.
Oh, that'd be a
It'd
barn.
nice. I mean, she should have like a run with the.
Sarah Del Rey said if they asked me if I wanted to like wrestle, like do storylines or something, she would.
I don't understand why they don't use her in NXT with the divas down there. Just to, you know, it'll bring both of them up.
Yeah,
Yeah, she could help divas
you
like
can improve them much
put
better.
people over and help them out, you know, in the ring.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, should do it.
For the first time in a long time, the divas division it's slowly but surely starting to pick up. You know, at one point it was a blown head gasket in the motor that was the divas
It's
division.
dead.
But we're starting to see some life, and I think the
Yeah.
cartoon is going to kick over.
I think 2010 would have to be the best year for divas in the past years, past 3 years.
Maybe. Yeah. And then after that, it just kind of slowly all
Just-
went.
Yeah, kind of people started leaving, kind of just got stale.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's slowly getting better, you know. We've got Paige
Yeah.
now in the mix, so
Yeah.
and Alicia Fox is on the game as well. So.
I'll tell you, man. Even though she's been there and you know she hasn't been being used properly, they give her the spotlight. What happened? She completely stole it.
That's what they should have done years ago. I just blame them for that. I blame WWE for that.
Just a horrible booking.
They did. Some of the creative team smoke a lot. Of
I don't
weed.
understand. They do shit at the last minute, like, you know.
They smoke weed and they get drunk.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But yeah, I was going to finish that match, this match we had, you know, Layla distracted Summer Rae. I think she was kind of. They were making out. Fandango and Layla was making out. She cried and she was looking like she was going to cry. And
Yeah.
he did the schoolboy pin. Of course, Eve did it. Eve Marie did it. And she it was not too bad, but it wasn't the best schoolboy pin either. So still, she got the win. No one cared. No reaction. Now let's move on. Let's move along. Oh, it gets worse. Lovely.
The fans must be excited. You know, they're sitting here watching the show, waiting, and all of a sudden the host of the show says, it gets worse. You know, so they must be really excited.
Let me
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Let me guess.
Well,
That has something to
it's
do
not
with.
the show. It's the match card. You know, it's not my fault.
Let me guess. That's something to do with the bull.
Don't blame me. You know, blame 3MB and blame Los Matadores. You know.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Exactly. Don't hate the guy. Don't hate Captain Morrison. So you had the match. Was it? Well, before that you had. Before that I'm gonna say that was some backstage. You know, we had Cody Rhodes and Goldust walking in. I think it was in Triple H office. You had Randy and Batista there. He was asking any open challenge for any tag team, which there wasn't booked. Batista says, you know, Triple H is busy, and then was it Owen and Cody had words, and Triple H walked in, asked what's going on. Cody wants them to have a match. Triple H then books Triple H books Orton and Batista against Cody and Goldust in a tag team match, pretty much. But it's not ordering match apparently. So yeah, that's it.
I was surprised by that segment. Cody showing a little
But
bit.
Cody said something.
So the attitude is always the one thing I thought he lacked. He never had that. Yes, he was a great wrestler, and he still is. He never had that chip on his shoulder, though. He never had that attitude that says, I'm going to go out there and take this. This is mine to take, whether you like it or not. I'm stealing this moment. You didn't see much, but there's a little attitude there when he said, he called Batista skinny jeans sellout. That was okay. I smiled. And when he called Orton RK Blow, I almost shot snot out of my nose. I was not expecting that. For some reason, I don't know how funny everyone else thought it was, but the way it caught me, I was completely off guard. It was completely spontaneous, and it gave me a great laugh. It's the attitude Cody's been missing, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was pretty funny, what he said to Batista and Orton, but yeah, I mean, what he said to Orton was probably much funnier when he said, RK blows, I mean, it was good. It was good. It was quite a funny segment, backstage. So I liked it. Yeah, pretty much it. So now we move to what I was going to say about the match with El Torito and against poor Drew McIntyre. I was against Drew McIntyre. What can I say? If you didn't think Drew McIntyre wasn't buried, well, he's pretty much buried right now. I think his career is pretty much ended.
Yeah, everybody got buried by the fucking El Torito.
But because of flipping El Torito, bloody ball, fake. I mean, he should join Adam Rose with the party or something. That's what he suits.
I like El Torito. I find that very offensive.
I like him, but it's just.
Yeah, I mean, out of the Los Matadors, I do like
I just think there should be more midget wrestlers that.
Camprimo or whatever.
They should hire more midget wrestlers so they can have a little division for them. That would be something.
I just don't like him beating people like Drew McIntyre and Who's Slayer. That's what I don't like. He should just join the party with Adam Rose. Choo-choo.
There you go. Yeah, midget in there.
How about though?
He can be a lemon.
I'm not happy with Drew McIntyre having to put over El Torito either. I'm sure there's a lot of people that were angry about it. But how about his tail getting ripped off?
Fake tail, not real.
Yeah, that must have hurt him so bad.
Not real. He's a fucking bull.
That must have hurt him. There was no CPR or anything. There was no.
Yeah, it's just how JBL goes. Oh, you're tough as hell.
We cut back from commercial break and they were icing his ass. And then Bray Wyatt's music hits and I'm like, okay, well that's a kind of a awkward scenario, but
that's kind
it's gonna come. Bray Wyatt's gonna come into the trainer's room and gonna ask.
He kind of made it too real.
He's gonna heal El Torito. Stick the tail back to El Torito.
Remember, Bray Wyatt's not the snake, he's the cure.
Exactly.
Right.
So he's gonna kill him anyway.
What, Payback, they're gonna fucking have his tail taped to his ass or something? I swear to God, that'd be stupid.
Well, maybe he's gonna have a new costume, hey?
That was definitely planned to happen because like the tail came off like nothing and there was no rip or like string hanging from it, so nothing was just like tacked on there with thread.
Yeah. So pretty much, yeah. So El Torito beats Drew McIntyre. I think he did. Was it moonsault?
I don't remember. I couldn't even pay attention to the match. It was just.
I don't know how he won. I can't even remember. I'm so bad I didn't even pay much attention. I think he won by the moonsault.
Maybe it turned on.
I think it was the bull salt. Wasn't it the bull salt?
No, I remember. His face hit the fucking turnbuckle and it pinned him.
Oh, is it like a schoolboy pin?
No, he just hit the turnbuckle because he got distracted by.
Oh, that's it. Oh, he fell over.
The Massadors, whatever, he got distracted by, and then his head got hit on the turnbuckle and pinned him.
He fell over to the turnbuckle.
Okay.
That was great.
That's I did not know. You fall down and you get pinned. Oh, awesome.
Next is be careful. Jinder Hinder is going to be next.
Oh, Jinder. I love when JBL does that.
Next.
He's next. You're next. You won't be left out. Don't worry. Jinder. Don't be a ginger. Yeah. Any last thoughts about it before I move on? Because I really don't care.
I'm ready to move on as much as the next guy, please.
Yeah, let's move on, please.
shitty ass match.
What we got next? What's next? Where is it? Bray Wyatt promo? Is it?
Oh yeah, it's a Bray Wyatt promo. 'cause I
Yeah,
remember-
Bray Wyatt. Yeah, Bray Wyatt. Pretty much. You know, he had Eric Rowan Harper there. But you saw like when he was cutting the promo, Bray, and he had Luke Harper. Is it me or did anyone see his eyes kept moving? Like, when the camera was onto his eyes, it was like.
Yeah, he's tricky.
That was freaky. I was like, what the?
He's awesome.
That was awesome though. But kind of really, you know, he says like John Cena isn't the only man that should be punished in all this. And when it comes to the last man standing, and Bray says Cena is the king? Is the king? And speaking of kings, he wanted the word with Jerry Lawler. He called Jerry, you know. But Jerry didn't want to come to the ring, pretty much shitting himself. Pretty much. It was, I mean, you could tell. But, yeah, I mean, he ends up sending Luke Harper and Eric Rowan to Lawler, and he end up, you know, then JBL, I think, got out of his seat and, you know, he took the beating instead, you know, he got clotheslines. Clotheslines from hell from Luke Harper. he took it. That was pretty nasty. He took it. He sold it so well as well. And he was out. Like he wasn't moving. Like Michael Cole was shouting, "Oh, where's this? Where? Somebody check on him! Someone check on him or something." I wish he did it. I wish the clothesline was to Michael Cole though.
Yeah, but Michael Cole wouldn't sold it. He wouldn't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah,
I wish he did it
think
to everybody. I wish he did it to Jerry as well.
Michael Cole would just be too dramatic. Like.
Yeah, Cole. Yeah. Pretty much he would get up about a few minutes later or something.
Yeah.
That's pretty much. But yeah, I mean, he ends up coming to the ring. He sits down at Lawler and he just. And what does he say? He says Lawler helped Cena's career, and pretty much he supported Cena since day one. And he asked, Lawler, how does it feel to be a liar? Guilty. He said he's sorry for what happens next. Then Cena was ready to do the Sister Abigail. Cena comes out, of course, Mr. Superman, the hero of the day. Have to be there, and he does. You have to, If he doesn't come there, it'd be a big disappointment for fans, for the kids.
But what really grinded my gears was in the middle of Bray Wyatt's promo, the climax of his promo, where he's just about to lay down the law and let people know what's going on and what he's going to do to Cena. People start chanting John Cena, and I was like, really? Really?
I was like, shut the hell up and put a sock in it, please. Bunch of faggots.
It's like I'm sitting in my house, I'm watching Raw, and I'm yelling, can we please have some decorum on my TV? I think I'm crazy.
Was that real Cena chance?
Unless they were putting some fake chant.
No, it's a live show, so you can't.
Maybe it was fake.
Yeah, but you can do it on a live show.
Yeah.
No, not on a live show.
Maybe you can't. Maybe no. We've seen the supporters.
Of course, you edit it, and they of course do it to preserve the faces and the heels, and delegate.
I think it because I know what I think. I was going to say I think why he did get some cheers because Lawler's was in his hometown, and that's pretty much why. Because Lawler's like the super face. You can't boo Lawler.
Yeah.
That's probably why. Why.
If you look back at Lawler's career, he was a heel. Like,
anytime Lawler's around, he's.
Yeah.
Really, 80% of his career probably.
Because this is Memphis, Tennessee, and Memphis, Tennessee. I didn't even know it was in hometown. I wasn't paying attention. So, but yeah, I mean, I thought it was cool. The segment, and I thought the beat down with the JBL, would have been nice to see Sister Abigail to Jerry Lawler, because I don't think it would have been the most biggest bump in the world if he took it. And Cena, of course, kind of ruined it, as usual. And he said, but then beat down Cena. And then they was going to do, I think, the Sister Abigail, I think. And then Usos interfered, helped Cena. They took the White Family out. They go over the top rope or whatever. And that's pretty much it. And then they left Cena and Usos in the ring, really. And they just looked.
Remember he said, "I am God."
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah. He said he's God. And Cena looked at him. He said, "Are you real? Are you for real?" But he is God. I don't disagree.
You have to admit, like the guy or not, Cena cuts a great promo, and when he's going blow to blow, when they're firing back at each other, him and Bray Wyatt, Cena doesn't have much to offer. It's actually the same thing, and it's really repetitive. He's not able to fire back at him like he used to do with other guys. And the last time we seen it like this, where as far as promos go, where Cena's back into a corner, we haven't seen this since CM Punk, I believe.
What about The Rock? You didn't think that was a match?
They were both faces, so they were just kind of doing some.
The first part was alright.
They were just and stuff like that, making fun of each other.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I'm not saying. On the mic, Cena, if you like him or hate him, as you said, he does a good job. When he's serious, no doubt he can cut a good promo. But some of the time he does do it goofy and the same old. It's like nothing fresh. Like I heard it from years ago. I've already heard that before. You know what I mean? But he did say Bray Wyatt's evil.
Yep.
No shit. Well, no, but he also said, he believes in what he is and what he does. And he said Bray Wyatt should be stopped, and it's not about winning or losing at Payback. So it looks like he doesn't care about losing. So
he said Cena won't stand again, and Cena's already got counted out for a 10 count.
Yeah.
And, Bray Wyatt sang the whole world in his hands, and Luke Harper was there going 9.
Yeah.
Remember the whole 10 count they did on the stage when he got Sister Abigail last week?
Cena's only lost one.
Man standing. And didn't he say that
Billy's right. He only lost one last man standing match, I believe.
Was it Alberto Del Rio or Edge? It was Alberto Del Rio.
It was against Edge.
But he lost one with Alberto Del Rio. If you check, he did. He lost
last
2.
man standing match?
Yes. Someone interfered. That's how he lost.
I thought he won that one.
No,
Del Rio?
I can't remember clearly either, but I thought Cena won.
No, you can check it. I don't know. I remember he lost.
Too. I honestly don't know.
I think he lost it, but we can check later on after the show and see. Or after the review, actually. We can check.
Del Rio went over Cena in a last man standing match, and Bray falls to him this Sunday coming at Payback. I don't know.
Yeah. I was good.
I think it's going to continue, to be honest.
I was going to say.
The last of it.
I was going to say that he also did say that he did like Bray Wyatt when he came to the main roster, and then suddenly he changed how he felt about Bray. He says that he's different now, and he's not the same as I know who he was, and he's more evil or something. I felt that was a bit.
I'm trying to remember what he said.
I didn't know what he was on about at that time. I was like, okay. But yeah, he said at the end, he says the justice might be blind, but for Wyatt, payback will be a bitch. Yeah.
I hope the Wyatt family are banned from ringside, and we honestly see a clean winner. Because I gotta tell you, man, the way they made Bray Wyatt look in the cage match at the last.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I hated it.
Oh man, they made him look so weak.
You had Eric Roy hanging on the still.
It was like 4 versus 1, and Cena still almost won.
Oh yeah, Cena's 2 and whatever, lost 2.
Just because of a kid.
Well, they're 1-1, aren't they?
No, it says Cena lost against Del Rio.
Yes, 1-1.
You're right. I just don't remember that match.
Was right. There you go. There you go.
So,
Who's
I
the
will-
Vengeance?
Vengeance 2011.
I think it was Aaron Rift who said the way they're building this match, it looks like it's gonna end with a Cena finish, with Cena finally winning the war. And the whole time this thing started till now, I've been saying, Cena might win these battles here and there, but at the end, Bray Wyatt's gonna win the war. And
And if Cena wins the war and the
Yeah.
feud doesn't continue, that just shows that
Hmm.
really for nothing.
it's about that time to start putting over talent. Cena's about to hit his 13th year in the business, so it's about time to start putting people over.
He should. Yeah, I mean, he should have just started doing
I
it
just
a few years back. To be honest with you.
I just have that feeling about this last man standing. Okay?
I just hope, Bray pulls it off, wins it. Even I would want it clean win. I don't want this.
I don't care if Bray
Interference
pulls
crap,
out
you know?
a fucking dirty finish.
Do
I want
win.
Bray to win. That's all I want.
That's what I want.
Fans
If
don't know
Cena
that.
wins, it just be.
For I'm not trying
Same
to
old.
sound ignorant. Go ahead, you guys say it first, because mine's a little. I need a little rant for a minute, but you guys finish up.
Go on, Billy.
No, I'm just saying I don't want. I have a bad feeling because Cena always mostly wins last man standing matches, and I'm kind of scared he might win. That's all I think. Cause look, he taped Batista's fucking legs to the post.
Yeah.
That was cheap. So Cena,
Really?
But
Oh
left-
yeah, he did that. Wasn't that over the limit?
yeah, that was 130 victory right there.
What year was that? 2009.
2010.
10. That's when he left it. Was it?
Yeah.
Like, he left after what? When he?
Oh, that's when he ate him off the car through the fucking entrance ramp.
No, that
Was that
No,
it?
that was Extreme Rules, mate.
that was
Was
the
that-
I Quit match.
That's Extreme Rules. Isn't it?
Yeah, I'm still trying to catch up.
That was
Yeah,
their
yeah,
second.
yeah.
That was their first match, and then their second one they had.
No, they had a third one because that was
Was
on the WrestleMania as well.
Oh yeah, they had three matches.
6.
That's too many matches in that 1 year.
They had 3 matches because they had Batista lost the title.
You had
Cena,
WrestleMania and
Cena.
Extreme Rules, and then Over the Limit. Yeah.
Because when Batista won the title from, I think it was Elimination Chamber, I think when Cena won the Elimination Chamber after,
He broke
Kinda
Cena's neck.
yeah, beats. I think Vince McMahon told him you can go. Yeah,
Back to that.
pretty
quick
much.
to make. A lot of
Yeah,
people
go on.
it really does go both ways with fans. People say Cena does put talent over. Some say he doesn't. Here's a little statistic for you guys. Last year, 2013, including house shows and live events, Cena's record was 127 and 5.
Wins. Oh my god.
Whoa. God damn.
Jesus Christ. And now you can see fans why we say he doesn't put anybody over. So
I will
I'm
admit,
sticking-
during that year, there wasn't really a marquee draw, and the last 6 months of 2013, CM Punk wasn't really used. He wasn't maximized to his potential. After his loss to Lesnar, creative didn't really use him. Like, you have a guy of that caliber, and you're throwing him in feuds with Curtis Axel and Ryback and people of that nature. It's it's really demoralizing to a talent, and I'm sure that really fucking lit a fire under CM Punk's ass. And that's probably the start of the frustration with him, besides, the nagging injuries and whatever else is going on in his personal life. It's a lot to deal with. But yeah, like I said, there wasn't really a marquee draw then, so I could kind of understand. But come on, 100 and something and 5.
That's
I know
ridiculous.
wrestling's not about
live
wins,
shows as well. isn't it?
I know wrestling's not about wins, and let me
Yeah.
state, 2 of those losses were at house shows. So he lost 3 times on live television and/or pay-per-views in the year of 2013. I'm sorry, 4.
4. That's it. And were there even clean victories even? I mean, what?
I can't say. I'm not gonna.
Only Daniel Bryan one I can remember last year. That's
I'm not
clean.
gonna lie. Daniel Bryan actually had a good year. I believe he was like 130 and like 15 or 18 or something. He didn't lose much either last year.
No, he didn't. No,
You can't go out there and just say Cena.
no, I
it-
can't. Yeah,
Bryan's an up-and-comer, and Cena's been on that top
yeah,
and up.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, the difference is when Daniel Bryan was winning all these matches, he's just on his top of his game. He's just started to go in the main event. Cena's been doing it for years. Years. I mean, since I was like 2005. I mean,
It kind of sucks that they just started pushing. They didn't mind how hard they are right now.
Regardless of what people say, I think it'll end well with the John Cena Bray Wyatt feud. I honestly think WWE has the initiative and the talent pool now to put Bray Wyatt over, and he is gaining a big following for a heel. Especially with
everyone's following his hands.
He's an interesting character. We haven't seen a character like this in a very, very long time.
No, I haven't seen. I mean, since I've been watching wrestling, I haven't seen.
Maybe Mankind. It's been a long time. And no, I'm not talking
Mankind was a bit
about Martin and Mordecai. No, they're irrelevant. I'm talking about Bray Wyatt.
Yeah. Monica, yeah. Oh, yeah, Monica.
Monica. Oh, my God.
That was a great gimmick, but I don't know.
I don't know. That gimmick was just weird.
I like the gimmick, he didn't do it.
The
ring ability.
Yeah, match
He didn't have the presence, I don't think. He had the in-ring ability.
He had a few with Undertaker, didn't he?
No, he was going to, but he didn't.
Yeah, and then
with Monica, he was supposed to have a match at WrestleMania.
Right.
And then they cut it out, whatever.
Well, he's supposed to have it with some other guy, some British wrestler.
Yeah, that's when they repackaged.
Party Marty?
No, not him. He retired after. I don't know. I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name. But it was some British wrestler. He cut once. They had a video vintage on SmackDown, and then he was supposed to debut, never happened. He was supposed to have a feud with The Undertaker, which didn't happen. I think he wasn't tall or something.
There's been a couple numerous times where they've done vignettes.
Yeah, a dark gimmick.
For talents that were supposed to debut, and they never debuted ever.
Yeah, it was 2009. So this was happening. So, I can't remember. I have to check his name. After the review, I'll check it. But anyway, let's go back to the Raw review. So let's move on now from Bray Wyatt's segment in the end to was it Zack Ryder? Yes, Zack Ryder was on your TV sets, ladies and gentlemen. He was back with. Guess what? He was back. What was new about Zack Ryder?
Whoa, he got the flag.
He carried the USA flag proudly.
Dude, he was celebrating his TV time he got. He's like, yeah, woo!
Ooh, I'm going to have some little spotlight for a few minutes, and then I'm going to get dropped out.
About that.
I feel bad for talents that don't really get to go out there and get the push, or were once supported it and now they're completely put under the bus. But you can't really feel sad for him. It's a job at the end of the day, and he still wants to be there, and he's still making somewhere close to low to mid six figures.
Some dollars.
Plain.
Dollars. Yeah.
That's just like I saw Kurt Hawkins the other day on NXT. I'm like, what the fuck?
I mean, no, you see,
he just opened his own school too in New York.
Yeah.
And it's I don't mean to be a jerk, but it's a little.
They should put Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder as a tag team.
See, like I can understand something like that if it might work. I'm more along the lines of putting like Evan Bourne and Tyson Kidd together in a tag team because besides this NXT title push that Tyson Kidd just recently received, other than that, he's been pretty much irrelevant the last couple of months. He debuted on Raw when he returned, and he was gone again. So, phenomenal talent. The guy's a workhorse, blue-collar work ethic, and they don't do enough with him. So him and Evan Bourne as a tag team, put them on the main roster, quality of matches will skyrocket.
Even put them on for the time being a little bit on NXT and see how they go on NXT, and then maybe you can see if they work out well.
Yeah.
Put them in the main roster. Do that. Just test the waters, see how it goes.
Yeah, because I know.
I know division.
I know Tyson Kidd doesn't want to put the main roster. Yeah, he still wants to stay at NXT for a little bit. So.
Well, they don't really have anything for him, unfortunately. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to TakeOver. I'm telling you,
it's gonna be better than was it?
Neville versus Kidd is gonna be great. That could be a 5-star match, and they're in a main event, so they have the time to go out there and steal the show. And I'm telling you, man, if they click on all cylinders, and these guys are both ready, which I know they will, this is a potential 5-star match.
I don't
It's
know.
still the show. I mean, it could be better
know,
than
yeah.
NXT Arrival, you know. So.
I'm feeling that Adrian Neville's going to win, and then Tyson Kidd's just going to blow up and just turn into a major heel. Yeah.
I like that idea. I really do. I hope that does happen.
He's been a heel before. You remember when he turned on, was it Hart
He
Dynasty?
needs that. He needs that because the face he's too.
He did
Yeah.
that before. I remember what you're talking about, but he never went anywhere with it.
No, they never did.
he just
that.
went to superstars in the end, pretty much.
Beat him. Hopefully,
Yeah, Superstars is probably the only programming by WWE that I do not watch.
it's on the network. I don't even watch it.
I don't watch it. I don't watch it. I know. We do have it in the UK, but I
I
don't watch
watched it
it.
once. I watched it once. I was like, "What the fuck am I watching? A bunch of jobbers?" And
I'm
like,
not really
"Oh,
interested. NXT is the one I watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
And more obviously on SmackDown.
Legends House is cool too. You know, it's most fans don't. Some fans don't like it. Some fans do. It's really all perception.
It's funny. It's a
I
funny
enjoy
shit.
watching Roddy Piper.
Dude, Piper's just the man in the show. He just.
Piper's Piper, man. I love that guy, man.
Dude,
Man, I wish he was.
fucking wakes up.
Yeah, let's talk about Legend House after. Let's go back to the review.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We went so.
Too much going. We'll talk about Legend House. I don't even watch it.
It's a struggle, all right.
I know. I'm trying to break it up. Break it up. Stand over there. Stand there.
Struggle.
Stand in one corner over there.
All right, let's talk about Zack Ryder.
Zack Ryder's,
with his little flag.
yeah. So yeah, he kind of tried to cut him, but it didn't last very long. The Queen of Wrestling, the Russian Lana, came out. You know, the music hit. She kind of says, "America was always drawing on the past glories." You know, she praises the Russian president Vladimir Putin and shows the big screen. Fans chanted, you know, USA, of course. You know, pretty much. You know, she does get a lot of heat. You know, she plays it so well. I think she's, the best female manager I've seen for a long time. I mean, you might disagree with me, but long time. I haven't seen a manager like her for a long time.
What they had before her? Nothing?
I can't remember. There must be years ago. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's 5 years ago.
Oh man, no years ago. I don't know. I can't even remember. Come here, Michelle McCool. I don't know.
She wasn't really a manager.
Well, yeah. Well, with this, was it the Teacher's Pets? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But, maybe there was before. I just can't remember. But yeah, she played it really well. She kind of says. She says that they are silly Americans. I'm not going to disagree. But, yeah, she says the mother, Russia, super athlete, not his choice, his destiny, and she introduced Rusev. Rusev comes to the ring, takes out, wasn't even a few seconds, wasn't it? It wasn't even very long. Maybe a minute. Beats Zack Ryder, even though the fans did the Alkalide. Zack Ryder taps out, fans still chant USA. And that's it, really, you know. No. But yeah, Lana, of course, you know, she's done a great job. Crush, you know, I like when she says crush. My heart pumping. And, yeah, pretty much it. What were your thoughts on it, really?
Yeah, it was alright. It wasn't a match. It was just a
Squash match.
squash match, pretty much. Lana promo was really good. I like when she says crush. Yeah, she's like looking at her legs when she walks out.
She's not afraid to show them and her backside and her ass. No, definitely. Well, she's my favourite right now, Diva. So. Yeah. She's the Queen of Wrestling, as I said. Now I would have said go now Paul, but Paul looks like I don't know what's either he's frozen or he's pulling a leg. He's like this.
I'm pulling a leg. I don't know. Before Raw,
Oh, he's alive.
Before Raw even came on, maybe about an hour or two, and me actually realizing it's Memorial Day.
Yeah, it's cool. It's Memorial Day for you guys.
Yeah, it's Memorial Day. Oh, Lena's definitely gonna have some big angle on the show tonight. Making fun of America. You know,
Of course,
if she doesn't, that's wrestling blasphemy. You know, that's almost expected, especially of a heel persona that's anti-USA like her. But you know, overall, we see Zack Ryder come out. I'm like, Zack Ryder getting TV time and coming out first. That's not right. I guarantee Rusev will come out next. Lana comes out. You know, cuts her promo. She gets heat. You know, guy. You know, the USA chants echoing through the arena like crazy. You know, she really does evoke a great reaction with such a cheap way to get heat by making fun of the USA, and it works. It works wonders for her, and you know, more power to her.
Yeah.
Keep doing what she's doing. I enjoy it. You know, you mentioning that she's the queen of wrestling made me think, what if it was they did a program with Alexander Rusev, of course, with Lana, versus Cesaro with Paul Heyman. You know, you have two fucking marquee managers with two top talents, both up and comers. You know, even though Claudio, aka Cesaro, was already on that level and far more talented than any casual fan would ever think of. But
Paul Heyman's a genius.
I enjoyed this segment. I mean, I'm sorry, the squash. The squash. It is what it was. But the promo
It was a fun squash.
Really got me hyped for the match itself. You know, very little offense shown by Zack Ryder. Pretty much expected. But, you know, I thought it was okay. You know, it was the promo that really sold it for me. I could care less for the match.
Yeah.
I just want to see Christian go blow to blow with something. Is him and Big E confirmed yet for Payback or no? Is that going to happen?
I don't know. It hasn't been confirmed. It's not going to be.
I think they'll seal the deal on SmackDown.
Yeah,
because I mean, you had Big E interfere. Well, came after the match. You know, he starts trying to attack Rusev.
With this, with Big E and with Big E Langston and Rusev, like, you know, Big E's he's athletic. He's got talent. He's got potential. He's obviously strong. He moves quick in the ring. He's aggressive, and you know, I think him and Rusev are going to bring out the best in each other. And just because you don't have the title means nothing. It doesn't matter if you lose. It's how you lose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've seen him wrestle on NXT this past week, and
people say
it was a really good match.
Yeah. Wait, him and Bo Dallas?
Yeah, that was a really good match.
I was bored, though. I don't know why.
Big
Bo
E
Dallas.
Big E was explosive in that match for me. I liked how he was.
Oh, Big E versus Bo Dallas.
Yeah, I like that.
Big E was spot where he really put Bo Dallas on his ass. I have to admit.
Yeah, that's what.
I mean, Bo Dallas. I don't know. It was okay match. Let's say.
It was alright.
Bo Dallas in the match.
Wasn't the best. I preferred Adrian Ive on Kurt Harkins match, but yeah.
Five.
Yeah, the fans are doing that.
They're crazy.
I think he should bring that back.
Man,
Sure. That was good. That was a good gimmick. 5.
What does he do? What's his finisher? What's the name of his finisher again?
Big ending.
No. Adrian Neville I was talking about.
Oh, dude, it's something.
The Fog, the arrow or something.
The Red Arrow?
Red Arrow.
I think it's Red Arrow.
I believe the move itself is a corkscrew
Red
shooting star.
Arrow.
Yeah.
Red Arrow. I don't fucking remember.
Let me see.
I can't remember his finisher. It's just fucking sick. That's all.
It's a corkscrew shooting star, and it's he does it effortlessly. And man, I'll tell you, that's probably
Yes, Red Arrow.
the person doing the move. That must be frightening beyond belief.
Dude, I see some crazy ass shooting star finishes in there.
Remember did that back? Was it back? He did a full 50, but backwards.
Yeah.
That was pretty.
They don't long
I was pissed when I saw that because going into wrestling, that was actually one of my ideas for a move was an inverted 450, and
too late.
that's all right. I'll do a springboard inverted 450.
Yeah, I could maybe do it backwards.
450.
Do it backwards and then maybe
Doesn't it
the
usually
first guy.
450 off springboard?
Yeah, he could do it if he tried. He could do it.
Maybe he could do that finisher with a springboard. I don't know if that's possible.
Well, Adrian Neville could look like he could do anything. So.
Probably break your neck. I don't know.
Lesnar almost did. Remember when Lesnar almost broke his neck against Eddie Guerrero?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, he moved. Once he hit the ground and he didn't move for a second, I'm like, oh my god.
And then Brock had WrestleMania when he went against Kurt Angle. Did that shooting star?
Yeah.
He did it with Eddie Guerrero too. Luckily,
Yeah.
Let's go back to the Raw review again. We move in. We kind of get distracted again.
We don't get enough time.
I always have to break it up, you know. Someone has to do it. Someone
I'm
has to do
sorry, Ross.
it. That's man.
There's only 2 good matches out there.
I know. We can talk about after the review. Let's
Alright.
get this review done, you know.
I'm hyped. I'm game. Let's do this. I'm ready. I'm sweating. My hair is all crazy. I'm in the moment. Let's finish this off.
Let's go. Yes. Ready to get pumped up. So, from that, you know, you had obviously Big E had the upper hand. He took Rusev out of the ring. You know, go into, I don't know, they might have a match on SmackDown. We don't know if they're going to have a match on Payback. But anyway, let's move on to tag team match. It was Randy Orton and Batista, member of Evolution, against, there was a Brotherhood. You got Cody Rhodes and Goldust. You know, well, what it was, you know, it was decent. It was a alright match. It wasn't spectacular, you know. You had, he did the disaster kick at one stage. Well, he countered, I think. And he countered. He was going to do the disaster kick to Orton. He countered, and Orton countered it. And then Cody tried to. Cody goes. No. He did the RKO. Randy Orton did the RKO to Cody, when he knocked out Goldust from the apron, and then he did another RKO. But I think he did the RKO. Was it from midair? He did it midair actually.
He went for a springboard into the disaster kick, got caught, and RKO.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, that's what he did. Yes, he did that, and he did it again. He did another RKO when he was down. When he took out Goldust, and then he pinned him. That was it. He thought the match was over, but apparently Justin Roberts said he was informed suddenly that it was going to be an elimination match, but no DQ. So that means they have to pin. Goldust has to be pinned, and then they will win the match. Goldust.
That was a special match Triple H was talking about. We finally get to see what he meant by that.
Yeah, pretty much end up being a handicap match, and they beat the hell out of Goldust pretty much. You know, Goldust tried his best. You know. Pretty much, he had one stage. I think when Orton was about to do the spike DDT, he kind of pushed him up, and then Batista, I think, did the spear. I think he did. Yeah, he did the spear, and then Orton with the RKO, and then Batista nailed the Batista bomb to Goldust, got the win. Kind of it was just a message for the Shield, really, showing that this is what we're going to do to you at Payback. If we take out one guy out of you from the Shield, we're going to take out one by one. So pretty much, it's just a target. They were target Goldust and Cody Rhodes. So yeah, pretty much it was alright. But yeah, so we go to Billy if you want to have your thoughts on it.
You mean Luke?
Yeah. I thought it was a decent match. Batista's starting to get a little bit better, but not much. But I mean, it was a decent match. They called it to a no holds barred elimination match after they made Cody. I guess just get ready to hype up the pay-per-view match. The ending, the Batista bomb into RKO. That was cool. But I mean, it was a decent match.
Yeah, I thought at the end, I thought it was going to be like, he's going to do the Batista bomb. He did the Batista bomb. I thought he's going to be Orton going to catch him to the RKO, and then it didn't happen. But yeah, it's alright. But so we go to now, Paul.
I don't know. I think I'm on the other side of the fence for this one. I can't really agree. I didn't enjoy it like I thought I would have. It was okay. I'm not saying it was bad by any means.
No, that's what I said. I thought it was alright.
It was alright. It wasn't what I was expecting though. And one thing that bothers me is what is Orton doing? Like the last 2 years of his career, he's just been stuck with people. I know it's Evolution, so this this is his time to shine and stand out with Evolution and finally get his name back out there and bring himself up to the level he was once on, back when he was the Legend Killer and just things like that. It's idealistic for him in his longevity with the company, but I was okay with it. The springboard disaster kick.
It counted.
The springboard disaster kick turns into an arcade blow, as Cody Rhodes would call it, and so I think Cody Rhodes is the one that blew in that match, because Orton knocked the wind right out of him when he hit that RKO, and But he did that. They knocked Goldust off the apron, like you said, Adam. RKO'd him again, pinned him, got him out of there. Justin Roberts makes the announcement. Says it's restarting. It is now a handicap match: Goldust versus Batista and Randy Orton, and we all know how that went. Goldust just got completely butchered by them. Tossed around like a child, thrown at the barricades. Batista bombed, RKO'd. There's not much more you could really do to the guy besides put him through a table. But
announce table. Yeah.
It was okay. It did bring some realism back to wrestling. It did put them out there and say, hey, Orton and Batista, we're not what we think we are. We're not washed up. We still can go. And we went on to see later on in the night. They proved it again. So I liked it. I did like it. I'm kind of on the fence about it. But
I don't know, it was okay. It wasn't even after.
It's just one of those things you're iffy about. You know what I mean? You can't really say.
Yeah.
You're kind of stuck in the middle.
It's not. We wouldn't say it was bad. Or you can't really say it was good. I don't know. It's just
right.
I don't know. I would rather see Dean Ambrose versus Orton. I would rather see that.
That was what was planned. Me and Billy were talking. Billy messaged me saying, what happened to Orton and versus Ambrose, and I'm like, I completely fucking forgot about it.
Yeah, they advised that, and then they completely.
I would have liked to see that. That could be a great feud in the future as well.
Yeah, I would definitely see it if they split up. When the Shield does split up, it'd be cool. A feud. I think the match would deliver. So yeah, that'd be pretty good. Wouldn't mind that. Maybe for the title, maybe for the WWE title. That'd be cool. But let's move on now. Let's get it done with. We had the match, a rematch from SmackDown. Whoopee! The first match was awesome. We had Sin Cara. He wasn't with Scooby Doo this time.
Believe.
But you did have. He was against Mr. He calls himself. He's a believer, as Paul just said. It's Bo Dallas.
Austin Jax made his Raw debut.
Wait, he debuted on Raw only? Whoa.
He's apparently he debuted on Raw. We've never seen him before on Raw.
Wait, I thought he was at the Rumble.
No, that wasn't Bo Dallas, silly. That was somebody else.
He was on Raw the night after the Royal Rumble too, right?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't in a Rumble. He was somebody else pretending to be Bo Dallas. Goodness sake. No, and Barrett, he didn't have a match with Barrett either.
No, he didn't. No,
he wasn't
Barrett either.
Yeah, but anyway, I mean, there's not much to say about this match.
it's a rematch.
There's no. Was it really?
He impressed me more at SmackDown than he did on Raw. As far as ability.
That's why I could say that too. I think
I thought it was. Yeah, I mean, you could say it was a SmackDown match was a little bit better than the one on Raw. It was disappointing.
Time spot too.
But he said,
He had more time on SmackDown. They had like a good 8-minute match.
Yeah.
Raw was like 3-4 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
Something like that. I mean, before the match started, he says that he learned we don't conquer the mountain, but we conquer ourselves. All you have to do is believe.
I'm not afraid to say if I like something or I don't like something. And when he said that quote, whether he made it up or not, you don't conquer the mountain, you conquer yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, that is a good quote. So
he got it from the Google search.
Well, that's where I go for all my quotes as well, so I'm not going to back him for it.
No. I can't take the gimmick. I can't take his cheesy heel. I just can't take him seriously. I just don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't hate the guy or anything, but he's
His
don't know.
gimmick
The crowd didn't care about him, and his cheesy smile creeps the hell out of me.
I disagree. I thought he got a little bit of a reaction.
I didn't hear much. Maybe it's just me.
Yeah, a little bit, not much.
You
I
don't
thought
need
Adam
to-
Rose got a little bit better than him.
You know why? Because they kept fucking promoting him too long. It took forever to.
He did come. I mean, he did like one move, and then he run outside the ring and start saying,
he was actually
"Believe."
supposed to debut like a couple of weeks ago, but they pushed that
And then he
back.
starts. Was it? Yeah,
It was
I mean,
not
he
original.
starts.
Not last SmackDown. It was originally supposed to be the one prior to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
before the one the month.
delay. But yeah, did you see him start clapping, hand fiving the fans? Yay,
He
yay!
gave Sin Cara a hug after the match and told him to believe.
Again, yeah, you can.
And
You're not there yet. You're not there yet. You may be good. You one day be good as me.
then his
Just
victory
quite there yet.
lap.
I don't get with him though. Like, what do you guys think? Like, do you feel like there's something missing with him? Like,
There is
I feel like
something
they're
missing.
edging towards something more than this, and I can't catch on. Like, and it really irritates.
I suppose to be. I don't know because do like heels but I don't know. This guy has a heel. I don't know. There's something about him just doesn't make me.
Doesn't
Get
seem
me
like
interested. I don't know what it is.
He would be a good heel, not cheesy heel, but a good heel. You know, like
I know. Maybe he's just too corny and cheesy for me.
You know, I don't want to see Bo Dallas the gimmick. I want to see Bo Dallas the guy. Like sometimes people can't portray a character like the Undertaker played the Undertaker. So
I want to see Bo Dallas like he was at the Rumble. He was himself. He wasn't Bo Rumble either. Yeah.
that's
He's
what
like
people
a
like.
cowboy,
about it.
really.
It's sometimes it's so real, and sometimes you want to see people portray those real life personas. Like, take for instance, I don't mean to be cliche, but come on, you take CM Punk for instance. The guy was completely himself, and look what he did with his career.
Mm.
Guy was
Yeah.
a revolutionary, whatever you really want to call him. The guy sold tickets around the world.
Yeah, I was just going to add to the Bo Dallas and Sin Cara match that he did obviously won. He did use the running bulldog for his finish.
You mean the Stratisfaction?
Satisfaction of the Dudley, Spike's finisher, pretty much.
It's a cool normal move, but a finisher? No. I don't know why he's not using the double arm DDT when he recently debuted on NXT, and now
No.
roster he goes back to the Bo
Stu
Dog.
McIntyre's finisher.
Yeah, it's the funny part. He used that on NXT to.
Yeah, he used it a few times. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but main roster, I guess they make him use the bulldog.
Because Drew McIntyre has that finisher. You can't have two finishers. So.
My favorite up and coming finisher is probably got to be the Bullhammer.
Yeah, that's my favorite at the moment.
I love Cesaro. He's one of my favorite wrestlers in the world, but I really don't like the neutralizer. I don't know why. I like the East Flow. I wish he would bring that back, even though it's not a finisher.
He should also use the uppercut as a finisher as well.
I know, right? Like someone jumps from the top rope. Like
Yeah, it'd be so easier.
Yeah, but he pinned people off of that.
Yeah, sometimes, but not all the
Sometimes he
time.
pins people off of
Very.
dust with that uppercut.
that.
Yeah, I love to do that too.
Like I'll tell you, when Sami Zayn went through the ropes in NXT, going for that tornado DDT, and he hit him with the uppercut in the second match they had, I was like, oh my god, this dude is relentless.
I just hope Sami Zayn wins his number contenders match.
Zayn will eventually go over, and I'm counting the days till that moment.
So,
Yeah. Anyway, that's the
Bo Dallas.
finish. You want to move on now from Bo Dallas and Sin Cara?
Yeah, Bo Dallas did victory with
Yeah, he did a lap.
Dominic.
He said in the end, if you give it all you got, you're already a winner. All you have to do is.
When you go out there, you give it all you got, you leave everything in the ring, and the people will respect you.
Bo Dallas needs to eat a salad. He's flappy.
You're gonna eat the salad and dragging.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. So now we move on
Yeah.
to let's carry on. Let's get this done. We had Stephanie McMahon. She came down the ring once again tonight, alone with no Triple H. She kind of fans booed her, She kind of says, Daniel. She knows Brian knows fans deserve a fighting champion. He just can't give them all that right now. and she says that Bryan should surrender the title. But the fans boo. So, of course, she was saying about B+ player, and so, she said that, and even though he has the heart and the soul, but he just not has it.
He can't handle it. His body.
He's kind of, yeah, she just takes shots at him, really, bringing him down, just saying that he's not really special, and in the end, Bryan, she did call Bryan to come out, and Bryan, she did say surrender the title, but he says, he's going to tell her one word that she's not used to hearing, Bryan says, no to her face, pretty much her face looked like she wanted to tear him apart, she looked pretty, that evil face of hers, but yeah, after that, she said she showed a footage from 2 weeks ago when Bryan was loaded to the ambulance, and then Brie touched her, a little bit, pushed her, and she says that Bryan will have one more chance to do the right thing. Either he surrender the title at Payback, or Stephanie will take action against Brie, which might end up being she's going to be fired from the WWE. So he's now in a hard situation,
What a predicament.
Either he ends his title either he, hands the title over to Stephanie McMahon after he worked so hard for months to get that title round his waist, yet you have to give it back to authority, or we just let his wife get fired, which I don't see happening. So I predict, unfortunately, I wish he doesn't forfeit the title, but he's going to have to because of Brie's sake. So that means Brie will keep her job. So that's it. We're going to probably have a new champion. So at Payback, maybe a Money in Bank, maybe won't be a Money in Bank, maybe it'll be for the title, a ladder match. So what could happen? But anyway, your thoughts on it? We'll go with Billy now.
Yeah, that was a good promo by Stephanie. And I don't know. I seen this coming when Brie pushed Stephanie a couple weeks ago. I knew something was gonna happen sooner or later with this angle, but
yeah,
good segment. I think Bree's not gonna get fired. He's gonna hand over the title.
It's a bit obvious. I don't see him letting his wife get fired. No, I don't think any guy would do it unless you're a coward. Pretty much, yeah. I was going to say as well that she got a lot of heat and for it, but yeah. So we go with Paul now. We'll say.
First thing I really want to say is, this time last week, nobody knew if Daniel Bryan was going to be on Raw. There was no announcement of it. Most actually considered he wasn't going to be seen again until Payback and/or after the pay-per-view. But I had a feeling he was going to be on last night's Monday Night Raw. It is the go-home show before Payback, and he's not in a wrestling role, so he could be there and he could do his thing, which he did. He completely told Stephanie, no, I'm not surrendering the WWE titles, and I believe giving him now till Payback to make that decision. And they're kind of trying to extend this and get the most out of it as they can while people are still interested. I understand that, but if Daniel Bryan is not able to compete at Payback, it really kind of bothers me because I've watched this guy come up in the indie scene, and I remember saying, somebody just put this guy on television. He needs to be in mainstream wrestling. I don't care about his size. His wrestling ability is second to none. It really is. People might bash him, but it's all jealousy at the end of the day. He is every bit as good as people say he is. He really is. That guy, I'll tell you right now, that guy knows more moves and reversals, 2 moves, than probably just about any wrestler in the world. He's one of the best technical wrestlers living today.
Can't disagree. And he's
But
the most over guy as well.
Yeah, and I really think this day and age, when people get to how over he is at this moment in time, like how over he is, when people reach that level of success, fans start to turn on them.
Hmm. I don't know what it is. When someone gets,
The momentum
a
shifts.
lot of buzz and tension,
That's gonna suck.
some
If
fans
it
start
does
to
happen.
That's why. Why do you think
I'm not
fans,
anymore.
all they do is contradict themselves?
I'm saying that's gonna suck if Daniel Bryan fans they just turn on them. That was just.
I will not turn on them. I don't. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. At the beginning, I'll admit I wasn't, all for him when he was NXT. But after that, a little bit, about maybe 2 years later, I started to feel this guy, his character, his moves, he does.
I'm not really in for the yes movement, but I'm in for his wrestling skills matches.
Yeah, I can kind of agree with Billy on that. Like, I do enjoy the yes movement. Do I think it's getting old? Yeah, I do think it's getting a little old. But do I care? I don't give a single.
The Stone Cold had the watch hands.
Once he steps in the ring, it's over. That's what I care about.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Walk his walk, and he might not be able to talk, but boy, oh boy, does that guy walk the walk.
So he's okay on the mic, alright, he's not.
But I enjoyed the segment, and Daniel Bryan not starting the titles. I don't know. I don't know if I was expecting it really, but it was okay.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to hand it over the title. No, I just didn't see him doing that. But probably down the line, I thought he was going to be stripped because he just had neck surgery. He needs to take time off. You have to have a champion being there week in, week out. Pretty much. Even though it hurts me because I really don't want to see it happening, but it's going to have to be done. So. He will be back. As champion. When he gets back.
Yeah, probably. Sometime before, probably SummerSlam, like in August.
Yeah, maybe a little bit after that, but yeah.
I'm gonna go and put my neck out there, and I think Daniel Bryan will compete at Payback. I think they're selling this injury for a little bit more than it is.
So you think he's not really injured?
Oh no.
He must. He couldn't have surgery, dude. Come on.
No. I'm not saying anything like that.
Oh, the new guy that played out.
Oh yeah. That was a good acting by Daniel Bryan.
I'm saying they're selling the injury for more than what it is, and I think he's returning to the ring sooner rather than later. At first, I thought it was worse, but I don't know. He came out with the neck brace. He looked good, and a lot of people didn't pay attention to it. I did. I had a keen eye for it. I was watching his head movements and stuff like that, and he seemed to be moving pretty well. As far as physical action and shit like that goes, I'm not too sure. But I wouldn't be surprised if he competes at Payback.
It sucks.
I'd be pretty.
It sucks when he comes back. They want him to cut down his moveset.
Yeah, the diving.
They want him to stop doing the diving headbutt and springboard for a little while.
He could do all that. I think it's really just a diving headbutt. It's the way you land and your whole. It's kind of like whiplash somewhat because you have to restrain your neck.
Yeah.
So when you land, so it's not. It's not a voluntary movement for a human being. So over time, it really is going to wear and tear.
It sucks. Apparently he's had this injury for a while. It just got worse.
Yeah.
I think the headbutt at Extreme Rules is what put it over the top.
Yeah, triggered it really bad.
I guess you have to take that out of his moves. I think it's for the best.
If you want to make an impact, you gotta do something.
I think it's for the best. I'm kind of surprised WWE didn't ban the move years ago when Benoit did it. So
yeah,
they banned the power driver. They didn't ban him.
I love that move. The move I want to do. I want to do it, but
okay, CM Punk did it in 2011.
He did it, but then he got fined or something for it. So. But that's CM Punk, He do what he wants to do. So.
Okay, he wants to do what the fans like.
But I loved it how he done it anyway. Cena was fine after it. So it hurt, so yeah. I'd like to see it again, the power driver, even here and there.
They don't even let him do brain
all the
buster.
time.
You can't even do a brain buster, let alone a pile driver.
What's wrong with the pain buster? I mean, Sami Zayn could use it.
Use what?
His finisher was a brain buster, wasn't it?
Brain buster.
Yeah. Why can't he use it?
Aries uses it too. So does Devitt.
So what's the? I don't know. I don't see any. I don't know why they can't use the brainbuster. Did they really ban it?
It is a dangerous.
Betty Girl used to use it.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I think WWE is a lot more lenient back then as far as in-ring moves go.
Yeah, remember
I
they
guess.
used to do it
I
as a
don't-
finisher back in the day.
But if he does it safely, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. They
That's
ban,
not really-
they ban certain moves for no reason. I don't know.
I think some moves, yes, I agree they should ban, but not some. That doesn't really affect that much. Really. Not really much effect.
Pile driver banned. Shane McMahon coming 70 feet. Not banned.
There's
Okay.
like the package power driver. I know that's not going to happen. Steve used that. So.
Wish there was, but they probably won't now. But anyway, let's carry on now to another Divas match, which was Alicia Fox, Foxy. You know, she's got crazy, mad, stone cold against you got against Emma. Emma, yes, she was alone. She wasn't with Santino at last, but she was still doing the dance move. But I was glad. I was very happy. I thought, oh, they're going to let her see her shine in the ring. They're going to let her have time in the ring with Alicia Fox. So I thought, okay. But it wasn't really that long, the match. It wasn't. She didn't show much as well, Emma, as she could have, because I know she can do a great match. But I don't know. They didn't really let her. They didn't let her shine in that match, and in the end, you know, it was Alicia Fox did. I think she was. I like that kick she does. That's pretty nasty. But yeah, she did a lot of slaps to Emma, and Emma did a slap to her, and then Fox missed the big kick she did, and then she got the roll up for the win, pretty much. Yeah, and yeah, she beats her, but pretty much But it kind of hurts Alicia Fox, really, because she's going into Payback against Paige for the Divas title, but she loses to Emma. I mean, no offense,
Yeah, but I think
Emma's already done much recently, and
yeah,
it makes sense.
I think they did that to show that Emma's not a joke, that she can wrestle without
Yeah.
sense.
I know she's not a joke, but
No, that's just showing other people, people that.
It's just weird that they would have Emma go over Alicia Fox right after Alicia Fox went over Paige.
Yeah. But if they don't want to treat her as a joke, she needs to stop doing that dance move.
A more serious note, and I think maybe they're going to
Needs to be
work
more
for
serious.
Divas picture over the next couple months.
If AJ don't come back and she's up for a little while, I can see Emma versus Paige down the line.
Yeah, but after the match, she did go berserk. Alicia Fox, she just went mad. Main Page, Foxy, she pretty much touched the ring side bell. I think Justin Roberts put hands on, and she did she gave a wedgie to some camera guy. I think. Apparently, that camera guy is related to Cody Rhodes, apparently. That's what I heard. But poor guy. And then he kind of drinks a lot of beer or whatever, cans. She's doing that Stone Cold, having all dripped in her body. And
I wish I was the one soda.
yeah, and then she come back to the guy who done the wedgie. She said she's sorry, and she was sitting next to him.
And she kissed him.
She kissed him. Lucky guy. Okay, anyone want to be in that position?
That guy better watch out. Way better might hit him with a fucking bow hammer.
No, he was out cold anyway. Thanks for Alicia Fox. I mean, he doesn't need a ball hammer. She's just got that kick in the face. It's over. But yeah, that's what happened really, and she just walks off. I mean, the fan. I think once that she touched the fan, and the fan touched her back. Did you see that? I think it was she touched her nose or something. It was quite funny, but yeah, that's it pretty much.
Yeah.
Probably a planted fan anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting touched. It's just a little, just there. It's funny. Yeah. You know, she's taking this. You know, she's having the spotlight after years. She's taking it very well. To me, she's like stone cold female. You know?
I think she's overdoing it a tiny bit, but okay, let's see where they're gonna go with it.
Yeah. Hopefully, it doesn't just leads to nothing. It'll be just a waste.
Well, it seems pretty, spontaneous. It really did just come out of nowhere. She was slowly starting to work with Paige and things like that since Paige debuted and AJ's been gone. So they have been using her a lot as pretty much she is the top heel right now. So I'm interested to see what they're going with it.
Pretty much, yeah. We'll see what happened anyway. Payback. But any last thoughts before I move on? No. We had Damien. We had I think it was confirmed it'd be El Torito versus Hornswoggle, mask versus hair match, which is a pre-show. Oh god, I don't know.
They better have midget referee, midget announcers, everything.
We know who's going to win this match. Someone's going to lose that long hair of his. So could be he's not got a mask. So. But yeah, following that we had a match. Damien Sandow dressed as Tennessee's Davy Crockett.
Davy Crockett.
I don't know who he is. Against Adam Rose, obviously. Pretty sure. Yeah.
Raw was disappointing to say the least. They did have 2 great segments, but other than that, it wasn't anything.
But yeah, it was like a squash match. Unfortunately, they used Sandow. Keep on burying him. He lost. Even though Jack Swagger tried to interfere, the music, they thought it was going to be a distraction, but no. Adam Rose still won with. I don't know what's his finisher called. It's like a diamond color or whatever. Adam Rose, I don't know what it's called. It's like how he does it. I
can't remember what he did, honestly.
It's like a diamond color in a way, but that's just not.
If you check it, it's just the ace cutter. It's the same thing. It's just the original.
Yeah, yeah, basically like that. If you check it, you probably see. I don't know.
Everybody uses that shit.
Yeah, and that's it really. I mean, any thoughts on it? I want to move on really. Pretty much.
You got fucking Adam Rose rolling around the ring.
I'm really trying to like Adam Rose.
I'm trying too, but I can't when you got him fucking rolling around the ring doing something stupid.
He's doing okay.
You were holding the lemon hostage. What happened after that? I cannot remember. To save my life.
He got the lemon, didn't he? Got the lemon.
What happened though? Did the lemon get back to what happened?
He just went back. Backstage. He went backstage.
Backstage with him?
Yeah.
No, he escaped. I think.
You know, it'd be really funny come Payback if Zeb Coulter comes out in the lemon suit.
Yeah. At first, I thought, to be honest with you, when that lemon came out with Jack Swagger, I thought Zeb was dressed as a lemon. No shit, I thought he did.
Yeah.
Because his build-up on Twitter to the segment way before Raw even started was fucking hilarious.
So I thought he dressed as a lemon. Then there was some other guy. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what he can do on Payback. Maybe that could dictate the pace and change fans' perspective of him as of late since he debuted.
Yeah.
I think he might be able to. It's still very, very early.
He's still early in the game. You see,
they're not going to cut him off like that. They've already invested too much into him and debuted him to just pull the string now and say, we're not doing this anymore. We're pulling back before it's too late. But they've already put too much into it. So we'll see what happens at Payback. Jack Swagger is an incredible wrestler, as everybody knows. So if he can hold up his part, it should be a good match.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm not doubting. He's doing okay, Adam Rose. I know you two are not a fan of him right now, but maybe you change your mind. I don't mind him. I don't dislike him. So it's better than Bo Dallas.
I hope he changes my mind.
Yeah, we'll see. So yeah, let's continue. Move on now to.
It's like the longest Raw ever. What happened?
I don't know. This Raw is long. I keep looking down. I'm thinking when it's going to end this review. It's so long.
Like, where the hell did this come from?
I don't know. Now we've got Sheamus, he's champion against Alberto Del Rio about thousands of time. it's a non-title match. Again, it was a long match, nothing great. You had, it was. I think it was announced Bad News Barrett against Sheamus for SmackDown or something like that.
Yeah, it was announced.
So, yeah,
So,
nothing much to say about it. Sheamus,
I mean, that was only.
he blocked the cross arm breaker, then nailed the
Yeah.
Bros kick out of nowhere, got the win.
That was the only.
That's all I've got to say about that.
All I gotta say is that was the only other good match they had on the show. Really, was Cesaro, RVD, and this match. That's really it. That's it.
Yeah, I think Cesaro and Hardy was a better match.
I'm just saying, it's the only good matches they had other than anything else.
Yeah. What about you?
This Raw was dull.
What, Sheamus again?
Sheamus against Alberto Del Rio match.
But you gotta admit, this is the only other good match they had. What other match was
I'm not sure about that. I wouldn't say it was a good match.
It was.
It was to me. I've seen it.
Not so much the quality of the match that bothers me; it's the pairing of the two. And
So you tell me you like Eva Marie and Summer Rae match?
I enjoy it.
No, I enjoyed it.
Man, that was the
Eva
best
Marie,
match.
right?
That's the best match on Raw, man.
But,
Even Marie was looking good.
not really much to say about it. It was alright as far as quality goes. I'm not really going to dive into it any more than that. I don't think there's anything to get into.
There's
There's not much to say about
Just that
it.
super kick to the face is so good.
It just hit out of nowhere.
I actually posted a status about that. Thank you for reminding me. I remember posting a status kick, and it was that super kick, though. It was wow. that was a super kick heard around the world, in my opinion.
That was the highlight of the match. That was it.
Like the smack, the echo it made. Everyone's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Give Alberto Del Rio a mouthpiece.
He'd be relevant again.
Because him and Punk had a great match.
He does have good matches. I don't know. Him and Sheamus matches never was
And
great.
if I'm wrong, he's the top Spanish competitor in the WWE.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So,
Yeah. He's that #1 guy that appeals to that Spanish audience and draws that audience.
he does it. Well, it's not Rey Mysterio.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, no. So it's Alberto Del Rio is the guy now. So. Wonder when he leaves, who's going to take over though? Because he's going to go. So I don't know who's going to be. So anyway, let's carry on. Let's move along after that note. After that, we had Cesaro kind of took Sheamus out. He did the neutralizer outside the ring, lays him out. Pretty much, like a brawl. Quite kind of cool, but yeah. I mean, any thoughts on it after that? No?
Undertaker has conquered the streak.
Pretty much, he keeps saying it. Yeah. He's gonna say until when he leaves.
We are going to see Undertaker versus Paul Heyman. It's going to happen.
I'll tell you right now.
When is he gonna stop saying it?
Paul Heyman's not going to leave, and Paul Heyman's not going to stop saying that.
So that's it. We're gonna hear it until we're probably
He's not going to stop saying
40
it
years
until
old or
Undertaker
something.
comes back. He comes back.
There's going to be Facebook statuses 20 years in the future about Brock Lesnar defeating the streak.
And tweeting it every second. But Lesnar only tweet will be 21 and
It's going to be 77 years old on Twitter, Throwback Thursday. My client Brock Lesnar conquered the streak.
You go on Paul Heyman's Twitter and you see that shit. You see the conquer the streak thing all the time. It's ridiculous. But it's funny.
He does post some pretty funny memes. I'm not gonna lie.
He does. He's got his own show as well, Hustler.
Yeah, he does.
Amy Hustle.
So, yeah, let's move on to the last bit of Raw, the main event, you could say. There's a contract signing at last. We got to main event. We had the Shield already in the ring. I think we had Ambrose talking. He says the last time you see the Shield and Evolution in the same ring on Raw, and Reigns starts tossing the chairs out of the ring, and Ambrose says one of the groups will be definitely eliminated from the face of the earth forever. And then Roland spoke. He said this thing with Evolution's gone way past some silly contract signings. And
I love how the whole time Ambrose and Rollins are talking, Reigns is just taking apart the fucking whole entire fucking contract signing, just clearing the ring to fucking go at it. I love that.
What about Ambrose when he like fell?
Yeah.
He was trying to sign the contract.
He dropped it. He was so good.
He's like, oh shit.
Did that happen? Yeah, he dropped the pen and everything. Someone. No, it was Ambrose, wasn't it?
Yeah, Ambrose. That's funny.
I think Ambrose did it on purpose, but it was still funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he did it on purpose too.
He's just being crazy as he always is, the show.
Even if he didn't, who cares?
It was
that
funny,
guy-
yeah.
Yeah.
He's great, when
Modern day
he's
Roddy Piper, in my opinion. I don't give a fuck how much backlash I get for it. The similarities are there, and if you don't see it, you're blind.
and to be honest, he's one of the best micers in WWE.
You gotta
right
make
now.
sure of him, maybe Lil
He's not far from Bray Wyatt.
and other stuff too.
The difference, though, I don't know. It's hard to say. Bray Wyatt.
It's tight, but
I don't see. I can't really pick because what they're like putting out there, the way they put their
it's
characters
kind
out
of
there.
different. It is different how they present it.
Bray Wyatt is not like that in real life at all. So Ambrose is kind of a sick guy, like he likes to call himself. I'm just a sick guy, and a lot of people don't know it, but he used to travel the world for about, I don't know, I can't really say the time for him. I'm going to guess it was about a year to 3 years, and he just wrestled death matches in Japan and with light tubes, and all the shit Mick Foley used to do that made him famous back in the day. Dan Ambrose doesn't even get recognition for it.
Ambrose,
Mhm.
CCW.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he was sick.
He's nuts.
Very,
Very fucking staple people's
so let's go
head.
back to the Raw review.
Yeah.
Let's finish off because we.
Can we just
Yeah.
can we just start like a brand new show called the Dean Ambrose Show and just elaborate on all his perfections?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's flawed.
Should.
Great.
But of course, the contract signing is not going to be straightforward. You had a brawl in the end with Evolution, attacking. You had Reigns Superman punched Batista, but then Triple H grabs the sledgehammer under the ring
Great equalizer.
and just it was great to the gut and to the face, really. To Reigns, and Reigns just sold it very well. He went out of the ring, well, it's a lethal weapon, as I say. It's a dangerous weapon to have, and Reigns sold it really well. And in the end, you had Owen doing the RKO to Rollins. Batista did the Batista bomb to Ambrose. And pretty much after that, and then Ambrose and Rollins got shots from the sledgehammer as well. Then they went out the ring. They did the triple power bomb. It was Batista laid Reigns in the announce table. Just to salt the Shield, showing how it tastes their own medicine feels. Really. But don't know. Triple H looked a bit confused. It was his face expression. Like, are you sure you can do this, Dave? Pretty much. It was pretty much like that.
Yeah, it kind of looked like that. Kind of like,
can you do it, Dave? Are
can you do it, Dave?
strong
I'm
enough?
not sure about this. But
You might get it wrong. You might put it in.
second thoughts.
You might give it to Michael Cole or
We
something.
can do this later.
But and obviously they got booze, and then they just posed. And that's it. That's how it all ended, really. Any thoughts on it, Billy? On the contract expiring and after?
Just it was a good segment. Roman Reigns sold that sledgehammer shot to his head and kept it to the table by Batista and all of them, and it was just great. Great segment to end Raw. And the boring Raw.
Yeah, it was the best bit of Raw, really. There was nothing else special about it. So if you missed Raw, you didn't miss much. So we'll go with Paul now.
Yeah, like you said, as far as the booking goes for the show overall, you wouldn't be upset to miss it. But I would definitely be furious if I missed the ending to the show with the contract signing with Shield and Evolution. I would be mad as well if I missed the Bray Wyatt segment just as much. But like I said earlier, I believe that since Daniel Bryan isn't there and he isn't able to compete, I believe that Shield Evolution and the contract signing should have gone on last, which it did, and I agree with that. But I did enjoy it, and honestly, before Raw even started, that's the one thing I was looking forward to the most. And just like CM Punk said, when was the last time we saw a contract signing that didn't break out in some type of horrible physical calamity? And it did, and I thought it was great. Evolution, they had to bring the Sledgehammer, the Great Equalizer, into the picture in a little bit, so not necessarily clean, but when you're fighting a war like that, no one's going to hold back, and you're going to do, by all means necessary, you're going to do anything you can to put that other faction down. And in my opinion, Shield are probably one of the best factions of all time, like it or not, and Evolution is
Yes.
they're all up there.
Exactly.
So,
They were my
a
favorite.
little further into the future for Evolution than we would have liked to see, but they're still delivering, and I think they're doing a great job. And even Batista, when it comes down to these big matches, like they had last month at Elimination Chamber, even Batista played his part, and he didn't really see much wasted movement from him in the ring. But I thought it was cool to see the Sledgehammer again. I honestly thought they would have saved that for Payback.
Yeah, they could, but it would have been. I think it saved Raw in the end. Yeah, pretty much.
I will give Raw a solid 8, and I know I like to go.
What?
You guys don't agree with me. I know. I like at the end of the day, it's free television. It's free television. I like to give them the benefit of the doubt. I like to give them the benefit of the doubt. Free television, and we had a great segment with Bray Wyatt and John Cena. Great promo, and we had a great ending to the show. And RVD versus who did he face against? Cesaro, was it?
Yeah.
That was actually a good match. Too bad it was too short for us to see anything crazy, but.
Yeah, that was the good
I
match.
give it to me. I think people overanalyze it and they criticize too much. It was what it was, and it's free television. If there was a pay-per-view, yes, I could understand being upset.
You have an opinion. You can't say, "Oh, it was great." It was bad. It was
I
bad.
understand that the last couple of weeks been good Raw, and then they go to crappy booking.
It's just the booking. It's not. I'm not blaming the talent. It's just the booking. I'm angry at. It could have been better.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna watch Payback. Still gonna watch Raw next week.
Who's to say how strong they're going to come off this Payback pay-per-view? Look what they did with WrestleMania 30 and then the Raw after. They completely flipped the script on storylines and everything. They completely went balls to the walls, laid all their cards on the table, and they shifted the direction of the company completely. Whether people witnessed it or not, they did. And before that, how interesting was it? I know people were stressing about WrestleMania. It's going to suck. It's not going to live up to the hype. And I enjoyed WrestleMania. So, as of right now, it might not be the best, but we have Payback coming this Sunday, plus SmackDown prior. And, I think the fallout from that is going to be great.
I think so. Yeah, I think maybe I don't know how Payback's gonna go, but we'll see. It's gonna be for free. I can watch it on TV, so that's be alright.
I try to look at the show, not for just what it was itself, but what it's built.
You want to take the positives. I know. But you want to go with your Billy?
I give it 6.5.
That's right.
Billy, you're fucking Bullet Club. How are you gonna do me like that?
Because he wasn't on the show, that's why.
I didn't really enjoy Raw like that. I only enjoyed the ending and that Bray Wyatt promo, the match, and that was it.
Yeah, I enjoyed 3 things out of Raw. The match with RVD and Cesaro, the promo with Bray Wyatt, and the ending of Raw. Not the match after that.
I feel like I throw in like extra points.
I'm going to give it 6.
Whoa.
Yeah, I didn't, I'm not going to give it,
I was going to give it a 6, but I gave it a little bit more, 6.5.
Well, because there's only 3 good things.
Yeah, and I felt like I was.
Should not give it 8 or 7, that's too much.
I felt like I was falling asleep in Raw. And then the ending just woke me up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the beginning, the match got me into it, then made me go to sleep after that. And then,
yeah, I did kind of get distracted a lot, and I was focusing more on my computer and like talking with people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I agree to that, but I don't know why. I always give the show extra points, no matter how bad it was, just because if I see that they're building something more, then I will give them those extra points because it's not just the show itself; it's what's coming next.
Yeah, I mean,
most people would say
I
it's
understand.
an idea, but that's just me.
No, it's your opinion. It's everyone allow their opinion on this show. I'm not gonna disagree with you or not. You know.
Yeah.
I just feel that was how I thought about Raw. I didn't think it was interesting and great as it should have been. But we've got to have Payback. You know, Payback's this Sunday. We can watch. You know, it's free, and it might be a hell of a lot better. You know, and also SmackDown. Maybe SmackDown will be good. So. And maybe next week.
Thursday.
Next week might be even better. Just the booking was lazy. You know, we're on the weed, I guess, or drunk.
Yeah, it did seem like they threw it together last minute.
It looked like they thought about it a few minutes.
You know what it was? It was more promoting the pay-per-view than booking matches.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much Raw. So now we end the show. We're not going to do any rumours, or we do that another time. We don't have any time really.
Yeah.
We're getting tired, so it's getting, you know. We did a long Raw review. Tired.
Yeah.
Man.
I think
Tired. Tired.
It was a struggle. It was a
Yeah.
I might have
struggle.
to edit this show and cut it into 2 different shows.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to leave your plugins now, Billy and Paul, go ahead. Please.
Yeah, you can like me on Twitter at BrickWaterSoda. You can like my Facebook page at Wrestling World News.
Yeah, you, Paul.
Here we go. Once again, you know,
Yeah, here we go.
Follow me on Twitter at _Arabian Wolf, or add me on Facebook at Paul Jazer. And with us pairing up with Indie Wrestling Fallout and branching out from our normal PWF is War show, there's going to be a lot of things to come. And you know, stay tuned. We're working on getting a lot of guests, not just on our new show, but on the show as well. So whether you're just a WWE fan, you're an indie fan, or you're an all-around wrestling fan, there's going to be a lot of great things to offer for you guys. So stay in touch and keep watching, and they're going to be here sooner rather than later.
Yep, that's really much our updates. I mean, we're going to do fan questions once a week as well, so we don't know what day will be. Maybe it'll be Sunday. So if you send us the questions now, we'll answer them on Sunday, separate show, so it won't be no reviews, it'll just be fans questions only. So, and with reviews, we're going to mix it. SmackDown review we're going to do it. And the indie show starting will be next week, Wednesday. It's going to debut, so check that out as well. So, as you said, we're going to have some guests, some indie guys. It's looking good. It's looking good for PWF as well. So, you want to stay in touch and make sure, importantly, you do follow us on Twitter at PWF is War, and like us on Facebook at Broadcast Wrestling Fallout. And you can like us, you can join our group, Broadcast Wrestling Fallout, if you want to discuss WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor, Japan Pro Wrestling, any wrestling indie out there, any promotion. You want to have your say, and of course, we didn't and you should subscribe now and spread the word. Tell friends, pro wrestling fans, anybody to check us out, and you won't be disappointed. So no. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the show. From the PWF's team, we are out. So there you guys.